Fulham versus Manchester United match preview. Hello everyone, this is Draco back yet again with some more Manchester United content, and we play Fulham in the Premier League, in case anyone has forgotten, because Fulham is wedged between both the Liverpool games, right? And I kind of forgot about it a little bit last week, I'm not gonna lie, until I saw the fixtures and I thought, hang on, we're playing Fulham. So the Premier League is back, teams are playing this midweek because the FA Cup ties are playing the following weekend, well, the coming weekend. But we got Fulham. Look, we're in a great position. We are first. We're clear on first. And this is a chance, the next set of games, especially against Fulham, a chance to open up a bit more gap, right? Because at the moment, the gap is not large enough and anything can happen in this particular season. I'll be doing some Ole Gunner Solskjaer press conference reaction. He has some very interesting things to say about Bruno Fernandes, as well as my starting 11 prediction. Fulham, looking at them, they're a relegation team. They are absolutely having a torrid time at the bottom half of the Premier League in the relegation fight. Last 5 games they've drawn 4, lost once. Manchester United, on the contrary, they are title challengers. They are first. Last 5 games drawn twice, won 3 times, and our results are improving. In terms of the head-to-head stats, I can tell you in all competitions, Manchester United have not lost against Fulham since 2010. You're looking at almost 11 years this year that Manchester United have not lost. They've won every single game, and quite convincingly most of the games. You can see 3-0, 4-1, 3-1-0, I think it's there, FA Cup 4-1. They've drawn twice, you know, the last time they drawn in the Premier League was actually in 2014 where we drew 2-2. But in the last 10 years or so, we've won every single game we played against Fulham in all competitions. Well, only the FA Cup, only one of them, but the rest of the Premier League games, and we've drawn only twice. So it is a game that we tend to win. Clearly, it is a game that we are comfortable on winning, and it is a game that we expect to win. Right? I'm gonna show you guys my starting 11. Get this. This is my predicted starting 11. Ole Gunner Solskjaer came out and said, you know, he mentioned Bruno Fernandes. He's not tired. We'll get to that press conference reaction, but there was a saying that Henderson and Greenwood will feature, hence why I put them in the club, in the starting 11 along with Telles. Back 4, Bailly comes in, and this will work wonders because Bailly with his pace allows us to push forward, which means Fulham are expected to defend deep, which I reckon they will. Just like in Burnley, as I said, Bailly will play, Telles will play, and Pogba and Matic will be in the midfield. As I said, always with these types of team, we expect Bruno to be phased out and marked heavily, which means that we need a creativity coming from somewhere else, and Paul Pogba can provide that from the central midfield position. They can't mark Bruno and Pogba at the same time. If they can't mark Bruno, they'll mark Pogba, Bruno will be free. So this is the type of game when Fulham will defend deep and we will have to attack. We'll have to push up high, and we have to have the creativity in more than one position to be able to unlock that defense. Okay, I put Greenwood on the right side. I think he will start. I think Ole Gunner Solskjaer hinted towards the fact that he will start. And I've kind of taken off Martial. I thought he carried a bit of an injury, niggle. He played 16 minutes. He did well against the Liverpool game. I think this week he should be rested because we got Liverpool coming up. But I do feel that Cavani does deserve to start these types of game. I think he's a quality player, and I think if he gets a couple of goals going, he'll be fantastic. Also, with Fulham being so physical and very organized, to have someone like Cavani up front, a focal point, an experienced physical striker up front who's good in the air as well as on the ground, will be a handful for Fulham. It's as simple as that. Look, Marcus Rashford, I was hoping to give him a bit of a rest, but I thought, who else am I going to put in? I think Dan James is not. It's not a type of game for Dan James, because where is he going to run into? What space is he going to run into? Fulham going to defend deep, and I expect them fully to defend deep. Diallo has been mentioned. I think people looking at Twitter feeds and everything, people are looking forward to having Diallo play. Don't feel that Diallo will start this game. However, I feel that he might come on at some point in the game, and it'll be exciting to see him finally in a Manchester United top. Because let's face it, he's such a talent that we've been hearing about, and you know, I haven't seen much of it, but I've read very good things about him. For Manchester United to spend upwards of 20-30 million pound plus for him. Shows what they think about him, so I'm kind of excited to see him at some point during the game against Fulham. In terms of the goalkeeping position, I reckon David De Gea will be dropped for Henderson. I think Henderson does deserve to start. He's a quality keeper, and I think he's one of the players that was hinted that will potentially start for Manchester United. But this is my starting 11, 4-2-3-1. As I said, loads of creativity. I want United to push up high and keep probing. It's going to be another type of Burnley type of game where it's going to be a lot of frustration, but eventually they will break. Fulham has had a rest for almost a week compared to us, so they'll have a bit more energy, but our fitness levels are actually so good. We should be able to break them down eventually. In terms of my score prediction, I predict us to win convincingly. I predict us to keep another clean sheet, and I predict us to win 3-0. Massive scoreline, I know. What is your prediction? Let me know in the comments below. Going on to Ole Gunner Solskjaer's press conference reaction. Obviously, he's been asked about Bruno Fernandes, whether he needs a rest. This is what he has replied. His form's been very good, and he's just won the player of the month. He's not tired, not a chance. He's one of the players who runs and covers the ground in every single game, and is very good at recovering, very good at recharging his batteries. If he scored a free kick against Liverpool, if he just had a little bit of air on the ball when Luke Shaw put the cross in, he would have been voted the best player in the Premier League again. Since he has come in, he's been absolutely immense, and no, he's not tired. If I ask him, there's absolutely no chance he'd say he's tired. Bruno Fernandes seems like a type of person that wants to play every single minute, but I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has to kind of make a stance and say, you know what, for one game, full week, you need to be rested. And I think a game against Fulham will be ideal for Bruno Fernandes to be rested in some form, because we got big games coming up. We got Arsenal coming up. We got Liverpool coming up again. And these are the type of game that I prefer Bruno Fernandes to play in, so that at least he's fresh for those games and no worry of injury problems, whatever. He's also been asked about, in terms of the Premier League challenge. He said he's expected to create goals, score goals, and sometimes the margins are against him. The free kick almost went in, and there was a couple of passes he played which were just marginally on or off. He's always on the verge of creating something, even when he loses the ball. That's the position I want him in, and that's what he's been told to do. I want him to play those passes. So yeah, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has clearly said that in regards to relation to Bruno Fernandes, that play freely. If you see a pass, do it. Don't worry about losing the ball. And we've seen that Bruno Fernandes loses the ball quite a lot of times, but when he does put a ball through, it's pretty much a goal. And I think that's the license that Bruno Fernandes has been given by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to be able to go and do these things. And he has been a breath of fresh air. He has been a revelation. We haven't lost any away game since we signed Bruno Fernandes, which was last January. It seemed like 2-3 years, but it's not. It was actually just January, when this time last year pretty much we signed Bruno Fernandes. And ever since he came in, there's been a turnaround in relation to how Manchester United play. The results were improving. Yes, there was bad games here and there, and we've seen that plenty of times, but more often than not, we are always in a good position. I think for Bruno Fernandes to be able to step up to the next level is to start really putting in shifts like what Kevin De Bruyne does in the semi-finals, the big games against Liverpool, etc, etc. Because let's face it, against Liverpool, he didn't have the best of games. But I think that is also a learning curve for him. Mind you, he's still young. He's what, 20? He's still 26. He's got years ahead of him. He hasn't even reached his peak yet. So I think over the next year or 2 years, he will learn to do that and grasp the game by its neck. Right. Anyway, I expect a win for Manchester United, 3-0. Fantastic game to go into ahead of the Liverpool tie again. I think it is a very easy game. No disrespect to Fulham. Easy enough for us to rest a few key players. Imagine playing someone like a Leicester in the midweek, or even a Southampton or Everton or Spurs. These are tougher games. I would rather take the likes of Sheffield, West Brom, Fulham, Burnley in between big games like Liverpool. I think that's where we need to kind of show ourselves, really. And these types of game, I expect the teams, Fulham, to defend deep, but I do expect us to have enough quality to unlock them. As always, guys, have a fantastic match day, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you smash the like button, like, share, and subscribe. It does go a long way. It only takes less than 10 seconds to like, share and subscribe. Less than 2 seconds to even hit the like button, but really appreciate everyone's support so far in recent weeks, especially across all my videos. I do match previews, I do YouTube shorts in relation to Manchester United, I do transfer news, speculation. I also stream, which is Twitch. My Twitch name is Draco906, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, every week 5 PM UK time. As always, have a fantastic day and take care.